Twitter. Let's look at how Twitter reacted to the game yesterday.
Yeah, we're going to be reacting to some tweets. If there's anything you do want us to react to as well, just tag us at WeAreTottenhamTV and we'll take a look at that as well while we're looking at some tweets, because we might have missed some stuff. But let's look at some reactions yesterday. We'll start with Spurs Web. They say, absolutely loved this revitalised Davinson Sanchez, the composed, physical and technical, far more assured in his abilities at the back. He's been super consistent recently, and that's one player we didn't mention in our review. And I actually think I completely agree with that. I think he's been brilliant recently, and I thought he was great. Yesterday again, and I think since Conte's come in, he's really improved.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Not really much to add on it, but I think Davinson Sanchez, I think he has improved, but I still think when everyone's fit, he doesn't get into the starting 11.
No, but I think in a weird way, with Sanchez, Romero and Davis there, I actually think that's a lot more mobile than having Dyer there with Dyer, Davison and Romero in a way. I think technically, obviously, it's a lot better and playing from the back and stuff. But in terms of being physical and having that pace to make sure you're not getting caught out in behind, I think Sanchez actually adds a lot when he's in the back three.
And, before we've only seen Romero on the right side of a back three. Seeing him in the centre yesterday, took to it like a duck to water, didn't he?
Definitely. And Sanchez looks better on the right, doesn't he?
Exactly. So I think if we're ever going to play Sanchez, it has to be, Romero has to shift into the middle and he'll play on the right, because I think that's the only place he looks good in a back three.
Yeah, definitely. Nathan Clark, big up Nathan. He says, God, how I missed watching my club play good football, participate in the good football matches, etc. And that's what you'd be saying about how the structure's in place and everything. And it's good to see that at Tottenham again. It's been a while.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. The structure has come back.
Definitely. The extra inch, that was plenty of fun. It was interesting that we ended in a 3-5-2 with Kulusevski as part of a three-man midfield.
Which is what I've been saying in the last couple of days in terms of Kulusevski, where it is actually possible to play a 3-5-2 with him in the midfield.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we use that more. And definitely seems, as you say, he's physical. He's got pretty good defensive stats for an attacking mid as well. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's something that a tactical plan that can be used by Conte. Spurs official tweeting, "Good to have you back, Kuti." And that's great picture there. Him taking on Morpie, who was in his pocket throughout the whole game. That was great to have Kuti back.
Still in his pocket now. He probably woke up in the morning and was like, what is that in my back pocket? Was that Neil Morpie? It's still there.
His shithousery wasn't on display. Paul O'Keefe says, some very decent performances tonight at the back. Sanchez and Romero were good. The fullbacks' movement and runs caused them problems. The two new boys came on and looked very lively. Kane doing what Kane does in the hat. A good night's work.
Totally. Absolutely spot on.
Spot on there. George Achillia says, Bentancur looks silky. Kulu looking a bit slow on the break, but it's his first appearance and might have been told to see the game out. Do you think that could have been something?
I don't know if it was to see the game out. I just think, a bit of rustiness there. First game in English football. I just think, there's not too much to read into Kulu's display. Like I said, he didn't have that much time on the pitch, 20-25 minutes. So I think it's another one where, you were calling for patience with Kulu, weren't you, when you signed him? And I think that's just a classic case of that.
Definitely. This guy, I believe, is even though he's got Pep in his profile, I believe he's an Arsenal fan, and he says, "Yeah, Romero is fantastic. He's starting to get some recognition from opposition fans." And I thought he was, considering he'd been out for so long, it was so good to see him back and put in such a good performance. And I think he's going to have a massive second half of the season for us.
Yeah, I was saying last night to Josh in the stadium. It just looks like Romero's been there for so long. That's his third start under Conte, and he plays like that after being injured for 3 months.
And considering, how many goals did we concede with Romero out in the league? I think it wasn't too many. Like, it was, I think it was like 5 and 8 or something, or 5 and 9. So with Romero back now, it should really tighten up even more. So that calls for excitement.
Fit for the remainder of the season.
Jonathan Veal says Harry Kane moves to 236 goals for Tottenham, 30 shy of Jimmy Greaves' all-time record.
Wow.
Not long to go, is it?
30 goals behind Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah,
Wow.
30 goals. So he could either come just short or absolutely obliterate that record.
If he stays with us beyond this summer, he'll break it, no doubt.
He'll break it, but he could set a record of 1 or 200 on top of that.
If he stays here for the rest of his career,
he could be well away from that, which is mad to think about.
Especially now, we were talking about Kane last year. It was like, can this guy get any better? Surely, that's his peak last season. The guy can't get any better. But I actually think yesterday in the last few games, we're seeing the best Kane now.
Yeah, even now. I think against Leicester, he was absolutely amazing. I thought yesterday was a continuation of that. And as I've said with Kane, I really believe the way he plays, he could go on to play in his mid-30s easy and be top of his game. And especially now, you see some of the best players in the world. And Lewandowski, he's 34 now, and he's still banging them in all the time. You see Messi and Ronaldo. Maybe they're not as great right now, but they still
37.
Yeah, and he's still banging them in for United. He's got over 10 goals, I think, this season. Messi hasn't had a great year for PSG, but he's 34. He just got the Ballon d'Or. So there are players who right now are lasting a lot longer, and Kane's still only 28. I think he's got at least five years at the top.
With what the game surrounded, the sports science of it all now. I mean, professionals really looking after themselves. Whole teams of nutritionists and all this kind of stuff surrounding players.
And the way Kane as well, how he looks after himself.
And the way Kane is as a model professional, he is the model professional. You look at players that are at the elite side of the game, like the players that you all mentioned, Luis Suarez, part of it as well.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy. I mean, I don't know if Jamie Vardy's a model professional.
He's 34.
But he's still banging them in at 34 years old. I mean, with all of this stuff surrounding it, just helps these kind of elite mentality players to stay at the top of the game for even longer.
And also that's how Kane's thinking, because even that interview he had with Gary Neville, that infamous interview, he was saying how, look, everyone says I need trophies right now, and everyone says I'm desperate for trophies, but I'm 28. I feel like I've got another whole career ahead of me, and so he's clearly thinking of that himself.
Yeah.
Of how he's got a lot of time on his side and he's not panicking. So I think Kane has got a lot more years left on his side.
Totally.
I think people, were always a bit of anxiety. Oh, he's 28. Is he thinking how many years does he have on the top? Even first half of the season, people were saying, is he done? Is he finished? But no chance. Absolutely no chance.
I don't think people were thinking he's finished as a footballer. Just people thought he was finished at Tottenham. I think
some, or maybe I'm just thinking of John Cooper, but John was thinking, he doesn't have it anymore. Yeah. But that was never the case.
I'd like to know John's thoughts now.
Well, exactly. LJ1882 says he said 5 points. We're looking good against a tough Brighton side. Kane is back. Sonny is on his way. Romero was magnificent. Number 3, Bentaz's composure and quick feet at the back. Number 4, Kulu looked a bit rusty, but he'll come good. Number 5, next round, please.
Yeah,
Billy T says, encouraging that. Decent performance. Kane scoring, good cameos from the new boys, and a great showing for the applause. Can't ask for much more. That was the applause in the 39th minute for Ashley, the Tottenham fan who sadly passed away. And that was good reaction. Most of the crowd were getting involved in that. So it shows the power of social media, and one post can really make a difference in the crowd. And there was a good turnout for that. Soph says, what is this? And here's a picture of Kane putting his fingers in, I think, Webster's mouth. There you go. Lovely stuff. I'm not sure what Kane's thinking about there, but it seemed to work. He got a couple of goals.
It's the Conte shithousery coming
exactly. Some stats from Romero from All About Argentina. Christian Romero tonight, 34 accurate passes, 4 long balls, 5 duels won, 9 recoveries, 5 clearances. No other player had more tackles, recoveries and clearances than him. Eres el Major at Cuti Romero. So there you go. Some great stats from Romero yesterday in what was a great performance.
What does Major mean?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew if anyone could tell me.
No, but to bring up those stats after 3 months out is absolutely sensational.
And I think maybe a lot of it as well is us not rushing him back, because I think before the international break, I think he'd been involved in training for a good couple of games, and I think it was the right decision clearly from Conte not to rush him back and risk any injury, because I think he's come back now completely 100%, and he looks completely on top of his game at the moment.
Completely.
Spurs Web tweeted Emerson.
It means you're the best.
You're the best. Well, there you go. And he's loved in Argentina. Ever since he's broken to the Argentina national team, they've been brilliant, haven't they? And he's won the trophies, and they've Copa America, and he's been great. Emerson.
Exactly. They didn't need Messi to win the Copa America. They needed Kuti.
Yeah, but a lot of Argentinian fans believe that. I read that they believe he's been like the catalyst for their improvement. Emerson Royale on Instagram yesterday, he wrote the message, showed a picture of him scoring, and he wrote the message, "Working in silence." That's what he said. So
silencing the haters as well.
Exactly. Maybe that's what he means, or maybe he means he's quietly going about his business and he's going to ignore the haters.
Yeah, damn right.
Maybe he silenced a few people yesterday. Harry Kane, Squawker, said Harry Kane has now scored 15 goals across all competitions this season. Only Mo Salah in the Premier League has more. 8 have been under Antonio Conte as well.
How many have been in the Cocoa Puffs League?
The Conference League. How many did he get in the Conference League? He got 2 in the against Passos, didn't he?
Hat-trick.
He got a hat-trick against Mura. Was it a hat-trick?
Yeah.
Or 2?
Pretty sure he got a hat-trick against Mura.
Yeah, he came on and got a hat-trick, didn't he, against Mura?
You know what? I can just tell you really.
So 5. I think that's 5. And then he got 1 in the Carabao. And then he got... Did he get...
Is that all he scored in the conference? Only 5?
I believe so. Did he? Maybe he got 6. Did he get 6 in the conference? He got 3 against Mura. So 6 in the conference.
6 in the conference and 3 in the cups.
Yeah, that makes sense. So... Yeah, that 6 in the conference. You can, if you take those away, it's 9 goals in all competitions. Still not terrible considering how bad he's been. Because we're now in February, so still so much time left. This piece of skill from Rodrigo Bentancur got a lot of fans going wild yesterday.
This was the one. This is what I was talking about.
Bam! Look at that. Lovely stuff.
So sexy, man.
Rodrigo,
so sexy.
Lovely stuff from Rodrigo
I remember when that happened in the stadium, just the whole stadium go, ah! Everyone it was like, yeah.
And then he got the pass off as well. Like, ah! So good. And that's what I mean by composure in tight areas. Really good stuff.
And not only was that moment caused a big reaction from the fans, it was also that crunching tackle from Romero on Lamperty quite early on in the game. That just the whole stadium got up on their feet and went wild.
Cody Mack, big up Cody, says, so are we Kulusexuals or Bentang curious? Trick question, we're both. Love that from Cody Mack, big up to you. Then, so Spurs as well. After 3 months without playing, Romero was the player with the most tackles, recoveries, and the highest passing efficiency in the win against Brighton. Yeah, good stuff. Matt Hayes replying to a tweet which says Kulusevski was subbed on in the 68th minute and had 2 out of 4 dribbles, 10 out of 12 accurate passes, and 2 key passes and 1 big chance created. With Matt Hayes replying, says it's very easy to deceive with stats, especially in this instance. He slowed down 2 out of 3 counter-attacks, but did keep possession well and should have had an assist for Bergvall. I'm not saying he was bad, but let's not pretend he was better than he was.
It's a bit harsh from Matty.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty decent. Like
harsh from Matty. I mean, I get what he's saying. He did slow down 2 or 3 attacks. That's completely factual. But let's just give it time. I mean, there's no need to completely go into the overdrive analysis after 20 minutes.
I know. It's it was when, especially in one way, he created a big chance as well. So I thought, I thought he did decent. He wasn't overawed by it or anything by the occasion.
It's like an overdrive of an analysis of a game that was pretty much over as well. It was 3-1 when he came on, wasn't it?
Exactly. The game was over. Tottenham tweeting, Spurs are now the all-time FA Cup goal scorers of 906 goals in the FA Cup. No one has scored more goals in the FA Cup than Tottenham Hotspur after yesterday.
So one's won it more than bloody Arsenal.
Yeah, that's a shame. 906 goals in the FA Cup. That's quite a lot. I would think.
Talking about a competition that's been going a long, long time.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. 906 goals.
Last time we won it was in 1901.
Yeah, a long time. So over 100 years of FA Cup goals. And there you go. let's see what else. I think that is it for now. People have been tagging us. Let's see what people tagged us in. This is a TikTok. I don't know if we can show that. Ismail Med says, how about Winks' position after Bentancur's performance? Højbjerg and Bentancur would be perfect midfield pair.
Interesting. I'd like to know where does Skip fit into this midfield pair? I'd like to see Bentancur partnered with Skip, and I'd like to see him partnered with Højbjerg as well. I'd like to see both of them, to be honest. I'm not sure. I mean, it's hard to say who our best midfield pair would be. It really is hard to see because we've only seen 10 minutes of Bentancur, so I think we just need to get more eyes on him and see it more.
But I think all four of them. I'm now at a point where I don't. I'm not worried about playing any four of them together. Okay. They're all quite dependable. They're all quite reliable. None of them four, I don't think, got any liability off the ball, and I think that's what Conte wants.
Yeah.
And Cody Mack again, the last one. Davinson Sanchez has low-key been one of the most, if not the most improved player under Conte.
Ooh, the most improved.
Oh, to be fair, he started the season quite well, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, he has. But I think that when you're looking at the most improved under Conte, Eric Dyer is probably worth a shout, but Eric Dyer as well has had a good season before Conte came in.
Has to be Davis, probably, didn't it?
Davis or Winks.
Or Winks. But Davis has become a nailed on. Kane, you could argue Kane, but Kane has gone back to his level. You can argue Davis. I've never seen him play so well. Davis has never had his place so assured in the team before, has he?
True. How long has he been here?
This is he's signed in 2014, so this is his 8th year.
Wow, it's mad. How old is he?
28.
Yeah,
he signed fairly young. Yeah, he's fairly young. I think 21, so maybe he's 29 now, 28, 29.
I would say, I think it's between Winks and Davis, to be honest, most improved players.
Yeah.
Under Conte, that is. When you're looking at most improved players this season, I think that may be a shout there, but I don't think it's under Conte.
But everyone has improved. Is there not one player who hasn't improved? I can't think of one who hasn't improved.
Every single player improved. The only player that didn't improve were the players that went out the door.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, Dele and Dombele Lascelles, yeah, pretty much. Everyone else has got better, and that shows his methods, doesn't it? Completely. All right, and that's it for the Twitter Reacts. Hope you enjoyed that, and there you have it.